In this video, I'm going to show you how you too can become superhuman. Now, a lot of martial artists really focus on the techniques of martial arts, whatever that martial art is, whether it's boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, so on and so forth. And of course, all of that is good, okay? You get to pick your style, you get to pick the art that you love, and all of that is good. The problem is that a lot of martial arts in general, and I come from self-defense type of mindset. So martial arts, self-defense, fighting, sport fighting and sanctioned fights and so on and so forth, they're all good, but at the end of the day, it's just combat. It's just combat. To me, the mindset is combat. So I come from a mindset, being 55 years old, where pretty much training for 50 years, that it's not just so much about how awesome you can throw punches, how awesome and fast you can get somebody on the ground and submit them, how awesome it is to throw a head kick and so on and so forth. While all of that is phenomenal and all of that is part of the fight game, it's not everything. And the other part of it is a lot of what people are missing. And I don't think too many schools or too many people teach this as their regular curriculum. But it's something that I've been teaching probably, for almost 30 years I've been teaching this. And everything comes down to mindset. Now, mindset alone sounds so vague. It's like, okay, what do you mean mindset? Of course, I have the mindset to go in and fight somebody. I have the mindset to go in and, work out and train 3-4 hours a day. I got the mindset to eat properly. Great. Not gonna knock you on that. So that's part of the mindset. The mindset you have to have is, are you willing and ready to pass away should you have to defend yourself? And I'm not talking about just in the cage or in the ring, although you have to be prepared to pass away also in those arenas. I'm talking about, are you willing and ready to pass away? Are you willing and ready to leave this world, this life? Because if you're not, and especially if you're in the street, then you better train with a different mindset. There's not going to be any refs. There's not going to be your coach in the corner. 9 out of 10 times, it's probably going to be you and a few other people. So with all that said, I wanted to lead into what the title of the video, or what I mentioned earlier, is, and that is building a superhuman. So building a superhuman, for example, if we created the perfect robot, and a robot's made of titanium and it's strong and it can last forever and, it crashes through things. While all that is good, it may have some deficiencies like, rust, for example, gasoline or electric power or, oil, rustage and all that other stuff. So if you think about us, human beings, from the inside out, the mindset is just part of it. So like I said, I could put a robot to fight somebody, but you have some human being who has an IQ of fighting. Well, it's going to dance around the robot. It's going to jump, move around, maneuver, because it definitely doesn't want to get hit by a chunk of metal. And while the robot is a big chunk of metal that if it just clobbers the person, that's pretty much over. But it doesn't have the agility, the speed, the mobility, the fighting IQ that it needs for this human opponent. And so that's kind of the same thing. A mindset for passing away, a mindset for fighting in that capacity, that combat, is something that you have to put into your everyday practice. So let's get to the point on how we're going to make you superhuman. Number one, if you're not training your knuckles, okay, the thing that might be the one thing that touches somebody's skull, then there's a good chance that when you hit your opponent, and let's say even if it's an opponent that doesn't know how to fight, and the opponent gets scared and puts his head down and boom, you end up hitting him right at a nice hard part of the head, and then you break your knuckles, and now your hand's swollen and it's hurting, And you better hope that you knock him out, because now he knows you're hurt. Or let's just say the impact of your wrist, boom, and your wrist kind of twists, turns like this, whoa, and your wrist just breaks, and now you lose your whole hand altogether, because you're not going to be able to fight the rest of that fight with a broken wrist. And again, if you didn't knock him out, and he knows you're hurt and really hurt and disabled, really, with now fighting with one hand and possibly two legs, well, guess what? You're in a bad position. If, for example, some wild man throws a punch, and again, you don't really want to fight, but your instincts is to put your arms up, boom, to try to block it. We call it covering, but we call it block for the sake of this example. And he threw that thing so hard that when you blocked like this, your ulna bone cracked in half because you weren't able to sustain that blow. And the same thing is true with your shins, your thighs, and so on and so forth. So these things aren't just going to naturally, automatically get strong just because you learn a few techniques at the gym, or just because you know how to throw a 1-2-3 combo. Those are great in itself, and that's the technical part of fighting. But if you do not know how to build yourself up, literally from the inside out, where every bone in your body is like concrete, well, two things. There's a good chance that it's going to break and you won't be able to continue with the fight. Therefore, if you're in the street and you're hurt, you're going to get hurt worse, because there's going to be a couple of his boys coming over to pounce your head in. Now let me just also, and I should have prefaced by saying, I'm not saying that you're going to be impervious to getting hurt or knocked out or shot or stabbed. I mean, God forbid, just because you are built a little bit tougher, stronger, more durable. It just means that you're that much more elevated. When your body is like steel and you're able to sustain some blows in precarious places that people typically don't throw, well, then guess what? If you're not able to receive those things, you will get damaged. But if you are, your defense in itself automatically becomes offense. So again, this guy throws this roundhouse type of a punch with everything he has, just going for the home run. And then I collide on purpose. I collide with that. Well, guess what? I know, after training for 50 years on my body, and I am not exaggerating. I'm talking about my fingers, my knuckles, my wrist, my elbows, my shoulders, my knees, my shins. Every part of my body is like steel, but it's because I made it like that. So that means when this guy comes and he throws that and I just cover it or block it, that block, that defensive move is really offense, because I'm actually attacking his arm. And a lot of people think that, oh man, I'm going to slip and I'm going to roll and I'm going to go here and I'm going to punch him in the face. Okay, let's say you punch him in the face and he doesn't get knocked out. Now you got to go to plan B, C, D, and all the way through the alphabet, because you weren't prepared with what this guy can actually take. But what if just in your blocking, just in your covering, boom, just something like that, simple like that, where you meet his arm and he's throwing, you gotta calculate and factor in his weight, the velocity, the speed, the positioning, and you factor all of that, the fulcrum in which it's being thrown, and you're colliding with that. So if he's 200 pounds, let's say he generated another 200 pounds, which we can do. And now we got 400 pounds of pressure just coming. Boom, boom, boom. But then here you come, you're built like steel, because that's how you built yourself to be. Well, everybody's just worrying about techniques and cool fancy kicks and question mark kicks and beautiful uppercuts and all that, which again are very, very important, but it's useless if you get hit and your body is not able to sustain the blow, or if you hit and you're not even able to sustain the blow that you're giving. Because hitting somebody's head still requires some good conditioning. Now you got to remember, when people go to the gym, they put on their wraps, then they put on their nice 16-ounce gloves, and they got this big fat ball of, cushion, and they're hitting people with, and, then they take it off to protect their sweet little beautiful knuckles, and then they take it off so they protect their sweet little beautiful wrist. And then when you look at these fighters, if you look at their hands, not all of them, okay? Not all of them. But the ones I've seen, and I've seen a lot in my day, okay? Like I said, I've been around combat fighting for most of my life. I'm 55 now. I've been training since I was 5 years old. I've been in the streets. I've seen stuff. If you're not conditioned, well, your little frail knuckles and little frail wrists are not going to be able to even sustain the blow of your beautiful technique in the street specifically. So again, you go boxing, you put all the wraps, and you got the gloves. You do the same thing with mixed martial arts. You do the same thing with kickboxing, and so on and so forth. And it's all good in the hood until you get in the street, and now you don't have any of those beautiful extra little cushions. And then when you go to try to throw with the same power and dynamics that you did inside a combat sport, well, boom, there goes your wrist, there goes your knuckle. And I've seen a lot of people, man, I'm not even lying or exaggerating. They're fighters with these beautiful manicured hands, and then this very nice, thin, tiny wrist, and little tubes for ankles. And you gotta wonder, how in the world are they surviving? And they're surviving primarily because they're relying solely on their technique and being so good. Okay, just know that being so good and all that stuff is cool, but if you're not built like a machine, like an actual piece of iron, well, I can guarantee you one thing: something's gonna break. And if something breaks, you're not gonna be 100%. If you're not 100%, you're not gonna be 100% viable. If you're not 100% viable, you are much more susceptible and prone to getting the life beaten out of you, unless you get lucky. You better hope that you just knock out the person so you can run home with a broken hand and wrist. But long story short, at the end of the day, this is something most people are not talking about when it comes to combat in general. Yes, learn your techniques, get good out of it, be cool with your kicks, look nice, worry about all the little non-stuff. These are things that you have to learn anyway when it comes to fighting. Your positioning, your timing, your movement, your slips, your rolls, your ones, your twos, and blah, 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 and all that good stuff, and how you're going to choke somebody out, and everything like that. But when you training with somebody who's actually made out of steel, and when they touch you and you feel it in a much more profound way, where you're unable to really execute what you think you can execute because you're really hurt. I mean, there's a huge difference in getting hit by a stack of straws and getting hit by a metal pole. There is a difference. And this is what you want to train for. If you're interested, I wrote a book about it, how to become superhuman. Pick up the book. It's a great read. It's quick. It's digestible. It's something that you can apply like literally today and then moving forward. So that this way, if you're already good at fighting and you got belts and you have all these accolades and pictures and a nice social media, full of all of your fights, great. Let's not take any of that away. But, the street is the street. Not everything's going to be sanctioned fights. And even if you're cool and good in the street, things happen, all right? It's much better to not only have a mindset to be ready to pass away, but it'll be kind of great to have a body that's not ready to pass away. Build your body to be like steel. Mix that with what you know in martial arts, and you will be a dangerous, powerful person. Maybe you don't even want to fight after that. All right. Pick up the book. Let me know. And also, please share and subscribe subscribe to this channel and share this link. I would really like it. And of course, give it a thumbs up. Looking forward to hearing from you in the comments. All right. Peace.